Alrighty. Hello and welcome to the December update for OpenMarch. I got a bit of a new angle for you. I think it just looks a little bit better for the lighting. I like this one a little bit more, honestly, but I think this one just does look better. So there is a lot, I know I say this every month, but there's a lot of exciting stuff that happened this month, particularly because there is a lot of stuff happening behind the scenes to make this feel and present more like an official project and not like some passion thing or me like talking into the ether. Maybe I say that every month too, but I'm going to try and keep like the stuff at the beginning short. But first of all, there is a community Discord now. There is mostly just the development team on it, and I've maybe posted a few announcements in there. But that is now going to be like the home base for like anyone who's interested and just wants to like share what they've made or bugs that they've had, and sort of like a, just an informal way to have things. Discord's a great way to get a community going. We have a lot more people that have joined the team to like help with marketing and branding and all of that. Maybe I'll shout them out at some point. I just don't know if they want their names to be shared. But that, and there is I want to show you this. There is now a brand new website, which I am so pumped about. The same person that made our fabulous new front end, Duck on GitHub, also made our new website, and it just looks absolutely awesome. Let me try and share it with you. Here we go. Screen and front. Wow, look at that. I'm like a real Twitch streamer. So yeah, this looks absolutely stunning. Same thing with what I've said before. Just this makes it just feel like a real thing. I absolutely love this. We have our updates that we have here. Everything was transferred. That looks amazing. And this is live right now. OpenMarch.com looks like this. The old website is no more. If you don't know what the website looked like, it was real boring. It doesn't really matter what it looked like. But yeah, that has happened. So new website, amazing. Join the Discord. I'm going to try and get some things going once we have a community. We're going to get a Patreon up soon. So if you're like, man, I really want to support this project, but I can't code and I don't have the time. We're going to have a Patreon soon. And I've already heard like some interest, about, throwing some money, our way to try and get this thing off the ground. Okay, so the plan I have for this update, and I'm not going to keep it like super long, but I can't promise this isn't going to be like a 30-minute video. I mean, you know how long the length of this video is. I don't. So what I'm going to do is I promised one of our people who's helping with branding, that I'd get him a screenshot of OpenMarch when it finally has curves implemented, because that will be like a really good branding thing. And as you notice, if you look at the website, that like all of the things here are from the update from 2 months ago, when there were like these alignment event things and there were just lines. That's kind of all that there was. This month was really, really special, because I finally, and you can hear my voice, I'm like getting giddy. I finally figured out a way to get shapes and all of those things and like alignments and editing things. It took a crap ton of work, but I think it's not done yet. But it is, I am like seeing the future of this program like come to life before my eyes. So let me show you. Okay. Oh yeah. So what I'm going to be doing during this video is I'm going to be making that screenshot for my friend who's going to be making like the thumbnails and stuff. So I'm killing two birds with one stone. I'm going to show you how it does, and if there's any bugs or anything like that, we'll see them together. So as you can see, I've kind of already got something like formatted here. This is like, I think, a pretty standard drum corps instrumentation. We have like 24 baritones, 16 mellophones, and 24 trumpets, 12 tubas. You may have never seen a shape like this in OpenMarch before, because it wasn't possible to really do by hand. If you look really closely, you see there's these dotted lines here. And that is because these are now editable shapes. Let's click on the tuba line, and I can drag this around and edit it. I can still undo, redo, all of that. I can move this line around. That's just amazing. I know it seems pretty simple, but like this could not do this like a month ago, and it actually couldn't really do this like a week ago. So this is really cool. So yeah, that's a line, pretty straightforward. But you're saying, okay, but there's this curve thing. Let's not look at the big curve yet, because your eyes are going to explode when you see that. Let's say we wanted this line of tubas to be a curve. We could go into this segments thing. Let me see if I can zoom in for you. There we go. We can go, I don't need this. Go into this segments thing, and let's say single curve. Now a single curve can do this. You see there's this control point that's dragging along, and it's controlling what the marchers are doing. And every time it does that, it just updates, and you can move it, and you can do that. You can undo, redo. You can move the whole thing. You can move this. You might be asking yourself, what the heck is this purple box? I was asking myself that too. I mean, I added the purple box, but you'll notice when I'm moving this around, there's like that blue border. I'm sorry if I got really close to the mic. That blue border is not something that like I implemented. This bounding box around the curves is something that Fabric.js, like the underlying thing that OpenMarch runs on, like the canvas thing, that's something that it creates. And there was a lot of GitHub issues of people being really confused about how does it determine what this bounding box is. Like, it's not even the bounds of the curve, because you'll notice it's like above this. And when there wasn't a purple box here, like, it gets in the way of like, oh, I want to move the canvas. Like, imagine there isn't a purple box there like this. Ignore that. When there wasn't a purple box there, it would move the shape and not the canvas itself. So now I had to like disable editing and turn on editing, but I think it's pretty good for right now. Okay, so we have this single curve thing. You can go this way, you can go that way. You can see on the side we have 12 marchers, it's all these tubas. Now a double curve is the exact same thing, except instead of one control point, you have two. And you can imagine with this, you can create pretty much any shape that you'd want to. There isn't like a way to create like a perfect circle yet. But you might say, okay, great, you have these double curves, but like, oh, what if I want to add something else, or like a line in between? Well, you can do this thing, and you can just press add segment. And now this is a much bigger shape. As you can see, it's always trying to keep a marcher, this U9 person, now U8, U7, it's always trying to keep a marcher on these control points, and then it evenly distributes it throughout the rest of the shape. So let's say we make this a curve. There you go. This is kind of a funky shape. And yeah, and then it would look like this. I mean, that doesn't really look like anything if you don't see the line in it, but you get what I mean. Of course, this is not without its quirks. I really hope I'm not peaking this microphone. This is not without its quirks. What about this? I hope this is better. Okay. This is not without its quirks. Like, for example, I can delete a segment. I'm not going to do it right now because it's going to freak out. But like, if I try to undo and redo that, it doesn't really, it like kind of works, but there's like something in the back end that isn't like exactly right. So that would like cause a bunch of weird glitches. Also, like, I'm going to see if I can reproduce this error. It doesn't always, like, these lines don't always move like you'd expect them to. Like when it's, oh, actually now it's working great. So I guess it's perfect. Sometimes like you can't really select this line to move it. Yeah, like here, maybe if I like get in really close, but no, it doesn't really work. Oh yeah, if you try to move a marcher, it'll just ignore you and it'll snap back. You can even do that with this. Yeah, like this. So I should be able to select this, but I can't, and I don't know why. And it's not an impossible thing. It's buggy, and it doesn't really work that well. Okay, so that's that. On to this big shape. This big shape you can kind of assume is like a collection of a lot of different things. You can see that it kind of gets crazy after a few things. So it's 3 segments, it's a bunch of double curves, and it's trying to create like a swoosh like this. I can make it do that. I mean, when the shapes get so big, like it is kind of interesting how this behaves. It is very satisfying to see the marchers like go around like that. You can like make it do this loop-de-loop thing. Oh, that looks kind of funky. Look at that. I mean, yeah, that would be a pretty dirty drill thing though. Okay. So you can imagine that from this, you can kind of manually by hand make any shape you really want. It would look really weird. Like there isn't a way to, like there's coordinates and all of these things that eventually I want you to be able to edit on here, but I couldn't, I don't have the front end Riz to figure out like, a clean way to do that right now. So I'm just kind of leaving that as a to-do item. So I want to show you a couple more things. So let's say we have a few lines here. Add another segment. Let's say we wanted to create like a small little box thing. There will be an easier way to do this in the future, but for now, this is just what this is. So we have this, and then you're like, okay, I'm going to create another line. And you're like, this doesn't really work. I just want it to snap to the end. Also, yeah, when you like get too close to one point, it like freaks out, and yeah, I don't know. I thought I fixed that. So instead, you can just make this a close, and that links the last point together, and now this is a closed shape. You can see it's kind of having a hard time figuring out where to put the marchers, though. Again, these are all problems that need to be solved. But even from the closed shape, you can create more segments. This is kind of like asking a lot of it, but like you can, if you really wanted to, like make a bunch of different things. Where is it? Well, I guess, never mind. There's probably an error that I'm ignoring right now. Yeah, I'm just gonna, oh wow. Yeah, this thing is really lost. Great. All right, I'm just going to go back to safety. So yeah, lots of work to be done. But what I want to do with you is I want to try and figure out what to do with the drum line. So let's say we have in here, the tubas are on a curve. Maybe they're 4 steps behind the hash. It's like a curve like that. Try and be symmetrical as you can. It also can't like round to the nearest step or anything right now. Maybe let's make it here. Let's also move this to here. There you go. Let's move this here. Let's make this curve a little bit. And then let's add, why is this happening? Let's add our drum line. So snare, let's do 9 snares. Let's move those somewhere else. Let's have 5 bass drums. Let's have 4 tenors. I actually prefer 5. Not for any reason besides I have no educated reason why. Okay, so I don't really like where the tubas are, honestly. You know what? Let's make their angle match whatever what this is. Yeah, see, like it doesn't want me to move it. I'm saying it even though I'm the person that created this. Okay, move please. All right, we'll just do that. We're doing it by hand. How does that look? Doesn't look amazing. Oh, I should turn on Do Not Disturb, just in case I get a text. Okay. No, I'm still not a fan of that. Man, it's pretty hard to get this shape to line up. This will definitely need to be fixed. Okay, how about that? You know what? Let's just get the other stuff figured out. Let me see if this works. I wonder what is causing this. I don't know. Okay. So now is a good time to, I'll figure the tubas out later. Now's a good time to show you how creating these shapes work. So same thing. I'm going to select marchers and I'm going to say create line. That should probably say create shape. And let's say they are going here. There's 9, 1, 2, 3. Let's just say that makes sense. So there's two things. In this very ugly button that I have created, you can either apply the coordinates and create the same thing that we did last week, which is just kind of a line. You can still move them. Or you can create shape. And this, if you look, see that dotted purple line? This is what creates the shape that we're doing. Currently, there's no way to undo this besides like literally undoing it. Like you can't say delete shape. So it's another thing I have to figure out. But let's create a form for our snares. How about, let's put them at, is this 2 steps? No. God, if only there was an easy way to distribute intervals. If only I knew the person that built this app. Okay. How about that? 3 step? No? Is that 2 step? There's 2 steps. Okay. Now how do I move this? Oh, there we go. That's going to get annoying really quick. Gotta fix that. All right, so we have our snares. Is 2 steps too close? What does this turn into? 3 step? Let's do 3 step. Okay, now we'll have our quads behind them. We'll fix that. Enter. How do they usually do this? I've never written drill for drums. Let's have our quads. Here, and then we can have our bass drums here. Oopsie. Create shape. Cool. And then this will be a single curve. And this will like go. This will be like so. Cool. I just don't like the way that looks. Okay. And now let's figure out where the tubas go. Let's put the tubas on this side, actually. What if they're like way spread out here? Put that there, put that there. So I want to walk you through this despite me like, not saying too much because I think it's important. The only way this thing is going to improve is if people use it. And I I am people, but I'm honestly not people. If you have an idea, that looks pretty sick. Okay, and then, oh, this I think is really where this is going to shine. Now let's do guard. Let's do like, imagine we have 20, 4, 32. Boom. Imagine we have all of this guard. Great. And let's, this is going to be funky. Okay, are you ready? So we're going to add a segment, as you might think, and I want to distribute them all throughout this back thing here. This is pretty experimental. I mean, this whole project is experimental. But I figured out you can do this thing called a move. I'm going to add another segment first. A move, this is all just an SVG, but you can move it, and then it's linked to the shape, but it's part of the same thing. So here and here. So all of these guard people are still part of the same shape. And if you change the length of it, it'll still distribute. I think this is super cool. So let's maybe make all of these curves. This is going to be horrifically so. Yeah, this is all going to be horrifically not centered. Or maybe it's actually pretty good. And then maybe we make this here, this here. Now let's just make these lines. Cool. All right. No, line. So eventually, in my perfect OpenMarch world that I'm picturing in my head, there will be an easier way to do things like this. But hey, this ain't too shabby. All right, and then maybe we have to finish this off, maybe we have two of our, let's see, is there a soloist one? I thought I did it. Flag, flub, snare, color guard, rifle. Soloist. Let's do 2. And we'll have 2 soloists. And these are the people in Love on a Park Bench or something. And they'll be right here. Cool. All right. I'm pretty proud of this. I think a lot of this took a lot longer than it needed to. And I am taking all of this into account, of course. I'm just changing my mind about this too. Cool. You know what? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 on 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on 10. So these are pretty weird ways. Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. 11, 11. Wow, this is annoying. All right. So I think the lesson I'm really learning from this is this keeping everything part of the same shape might not be the move that we need. What if I do this? So that added one up there. Okay. Oh, there you go. That's pretty close. So clearly, lots of, again, as I've said a million times already, lots of work to be done here. There we go. Sorry, now I'm like fixating on this. Okay. Okay. How long was this? 30 minutes. I'm going to speed this up a little bit. I'm going to speed this up definitely. So, long story short, long video short, check out the Discord. Lots of great things happening at some point. There isn't really much happening in the community Discord right now. So yeah, I really, really, truly am excited for this. I know that some of this kind of looked super janky. This is a first try for everything, and I think that the springboard we can go off of this from is super cool and super promising. So thank you for watching, and I'm gonna try and get some tutorials out this month, so this is a little bit more accessible for people. But until then, I will see you next month or sooner. Sorry, quick note, I forgot to mention, I will not be releasing a like a big update for this. You're welcome to install like the 0.5 for like alpha. Very unstable. Definitely like use caution when using it. Also, I don't think any of your old OpenMarch files will work on that. Sorry, it's just me doing this.